So let's look inside what's in box 4. So box 4 is more of a transitional box that's going to take us from mostly pre-prepared projects to doing it yourself. It is more difficult, but that's half the fun of learning, is mastering difficult things. Before I started working with veg tan, I worked with a lot of chromium tan leathers, mostly because they're not as expensive, but they're also easier to work with. Veg tan is pricey and can be very difficult to work with. Luckily, I'm going to walk you through how we're going to do this. Inside box 4, we have a few things that I'm super excited about. Let's talk about what's in box 4. We have 0.8mm Ritza Tiger thread. We have double-sided adhesive tape. We have double-capped small rivets. We have an adjustable stitch groover. We have pieces of veg tan leather in 5 to 6 ounce. And we have this little thing. So, funny story. So this little thing, it's actually 3D printed. One of my many hobbies and interests is I like to 3D design and print things. Mostly I stick to printing and designing chess pieces, miniatures, stuff like that. Basically, I don't know how long this is gonna last, but I'm sure everybody will let me know. I've ordered actual like metal versions of these, but I really wanted to do this specific kit this month, and so I actually 3D designed and printed rivet setters. Now, again, I don't know how long they're gonna last because this is, you know, experimental on my part, but if I can figure out the perfect ratio to make sure that it is impact resistant but also durable, I have been designing so I can eventually 3D print custom, one-of-a-kind, or like uniquely designed by me leather tools. So this is a experimental step in that direction. So if you look at it and you're like, well, what on earth? They have little dots on them because they have supports when they print, and I'll make a little video of like how I design them and their process. But what this is it has a flat end and it has a concave end because it protects the roundness of the rivet when you place it on it and then you hit it with a hammer. So just like when we're setting snaps, we set rivets by placing a tool over them and then hitting it. If you use a flat one or the wrong sized one, it smashes it, flattens it, and sometimes I intentionally flatten them, but for this specific scenario, we want to protect the roundness because it's going to be visible on both sides because we're going to make a valet tray. I think valet trays are really neat, and I have a ton of them because I make a ton of them, but they're just little junk trays. I'm not entirely sure why they're called valet trays, but for the most commonly sought after leather gifts, like the most, like number 1 most common one is a leather journal. The second one is actually a valet tray. They're just little trays that you can toss on your nightstand, throw your keys in, your wallet. They're junk trays, and I love them. But we're going to make valet trays. And last but not least, we have a full-size acrylic template. This acrylic template is going to allow you to make as many valet trays as you want out of whatever leathers that you want. As long as you don't, you know, step on it or break it, you'll have this for a long time and make many valet trays. This one, I've intentionally left completely blank because you can personalize it however you see fit. I'm going to make a few different videos on different ways to personalize them. And that depends on what tools you may or may not already have. I know tons of us have tools that we inherited from somebody who did leather work. And if you don't have any, don't worry about it. It's all about learning.